video a good 17 times. I was very, very harsh on this person, which I should be. I really should be harsh. And I wish the system, the Irish justice system, if we would call it a justice system, but I would call it a banana republic justice system, a kangaroo court, if you may. I hope they never would speak about this fellow again. But it's a question that we need to ask of ourselves, of public servants and civil servants, if they commit acts of corruption in taking money off the state, especially if it's vulnerable groups, and taking advantage of people in society they're meant to protect. Take, for example, this case of a primary school principal who took money off the taxpayer, off the state, that was meant for children. Some of it was meant, 73,000 or 200,000 was meant to feed them children. This is the children that couldn't afford. And he took it for himself and he spent it to go on holidays for himself, for his own self. Words cannot describe how he only got 2 years. 2 years and he has to pay back the money. But how he got 2 years is beyond me. It's really beyond me. Because he took advantage of his position. He took advantage of it. He was trusted by the state, by the parents, by the community, to take care, to educate these children, and above all to keep them safe. And to be truthful with the parents, to be honest with the parents, to do his best to give them a proper education in his human ability. And he disadvantaged every one of them children going to that school. Too lenient. It really is too lenient. I would nearly go as far as saying he should pick up rubbish for the rest of his life in repaying debt to these children who he probably ruined their early childhood by not giving them the resources they needed. 200,000 is a lot. It could have went towards so much good for these children. It could have educated some of them. It could have helped them more. Especially these children. I'm sure the God was special these children going to that school. It could have helped them get an SNA. Some of them might not even had an SNA. It could have helped that. That money could have went towards it. Again, but he was being selfish. And again, the word is selfish. And for him to come back now in 15 years' time for now, he can go back, wander into a school, and be probably principal again, deputy principal, and he'll probably do the same thing again. And this is it. He can go back. He struck off the teacher Wesley's wrist for 15 years. But afterwards he can go back. It doesn't make sense. He should be banned from all public service, all civil service, anything to do with government, anything to do with serving the community and serving the general public and serving the taxpayer. Should never be allowed to darken any door of a civil service building or a public service. I nearly go as far as saying never let him near a school again. But again, this is a banana republic we live in. The justice system is upside down. Words cannot describe. Again, the one thing that really enrages me here, he took advantage of his position. And above all else, he shamed County Cavan by doing this in County Cavan. And I couldn't get, again, that's not the biggest worry me. It's worrying about, this is the big one now, disadvantage in his students that he meant to serve, and that the parents, the taxpayer, paid for him to educate and for his school to educate and to get every resource that's humanly possible to make sure these children were educated. And he took advantage of that. And again, I keep saying he took advantage of that and he stole out of these children's futures. Pure and simple. And again, I say to the system, if the system even cares anymore, he should have got 15, 20, 25 years, at maximum 30 years in a prison without any possibility of ever darkening the doors outside that prison for that 30 years. Or either, for the rest of his human misery days, clean up every bit of the bypass from here to Dublin and not let him take one break and make him walk his apology. Make him walk in paying the community that he failed, in the students that he failed, in the people that he failed. That's the simple that we need to be strong in the face of people who break our laws, especially if they take advantage of the position of power to benefit themselves. I recorded this video nearly 17 times because I was literally boiling, and I used the word boiling, that this fellow basically, at the end of the day, nothing's going to really be done about it. I'm sure you can tell by the way I'm looking, and you can tell by my facial expression. I'm sure you can tell by how I'm reacting that I'm about to go nuts. That this fella, in 15 years' time, can walk up to the state of the CMETB and say, I want to be a teacher again. Again, especially because I know some of the people too that went to that school. And I'm sure they never talked about it. But I'm sure that they would have liked stuff. I'm sure even when I was in primary school, I'm sure we would have liked new goalposts or things like that. At least our principal cared. He got us goalposts when we asked him. He took it out of the school's expenditure, but he got us goalposts. He treated the children with respect. Even though we didn't have much money for the school because it was a small school. Whatever was in the exchequer, he used it for the children's benefit. And that's what I have huge respect for. A principal that listens to his students and not caring about himself. Caring about the students' needs, not caring about his own back pocket. And that's what civil service and public service is about. Serving the taxpayer and serving the people above all else, as a teacher and as a principal or anything like that. Serving the kids that you meant to make sure they get an education and make sure that they're safe in your school. And this principal failed. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'm about to go mad. I'm really, really busting here. Because that this judge, I don't know who this judge was, but I would nearly go down. And I literally would go with the constitutional power and bat him over the head with it. Because it's everything that we despise in our society. People like him.